let's find a comfortable seat. Use blanket pillow as we start always, or almost always, in sitting. If you need, please find support under your seat, under your sit bones. Long spine, resting shoulders. Close your eyes. Take a big, big breath. Exhaling soft. Morning Anna, morning Kata. Can you let the other people sit? I will take care of it. Yeah. You have a bit of a spider alert in the room. So let yourself stay where you are. We will sort the situation. Leaning back, resting in yourself. Knowing there are other people around and finding your own space, or for you in your home, maybe you are living on your own, but there are other people around. And so often we get distracted. So often we don't know what to do, how to behave. Questions, demands, resting in yourself, nourishing yourself, and trusting your being will be moved to all what is going on. Finding this trust of your being. We kind of losing it. We came into this world full of trust. No doubts. Doubts are created by mind. Trust in life, trust in your own being. And along our lifetime, kind of getting into this mind field, learning, which is beautiful, learning through observing, learning through copying, learning to listening to theories, what life is, what the meaning, so many ideas around. And in all of this, very often we lose our own trust in self. All what you're looking for is living inside. Let yourself take this class and trust your own rhythm, trust in your own breath. As if you can hug yourself. You're sitting in front of yourself, gazing into your own eyes, seeing this beautiful being you are. And you're hugging yourself, embrace. I know some of us may appear difficulties, mind chattering, mind judging, wanting it different. Let yourself embrace yourself, breathe yourself in. and filling yourself with yourself. It's your energy. We're talking a lot about hope. Hope is very often created when we lose trust. So let yourself trust deep, fully. While your breath is flowing naturally, like your muscles releasing gently. And let's strengthen our being with our pranayama, the fire breath, to create a bit more fire, a bit more warmth, a bit more dynamic in our being, in your being, and to get a bit stronger in core. So the fire breath is this breath, kalapati, like if you don't know how to do it, we want to start all together, just wanted to show. If you don't know how to do it, remember a dog. A dog is breathing with his mouth open and the tongue comes out like, it's the same movement they do with the diaphragm. So it is this vibration of the diaphragm going a bit faster. They do it to cool down. We are doing it to heating up. It's just a bit of a different system we are living in, but the movement is really the same. So with your exhaling, you want to sucking your belly in towards your spine. And when you trust your own breath, then it becomes quite dynamic. To start with, you can start really with your mouth open. When you've never done it before, please start with your mouth open. So you're inhaling with your nose, and then you open your mouth. Suck this belly in. Press this air out. Inhaling happens by itself. It's a reflex. We don't need to think to inhale. We want to survive. And then you're closing your mouth. And it can get quite dynamic. Please take your own rhythm. Inhaling long and deep, holding your breath in. Walking your arms forward, stay connected with your seat, a nice long spine. Exhaling and let yourself folding forward. Empty your body. Activate your Mula Bandha, pushing your Mula Bandha towards your belly button internally towards your heart, that you activate Uddiyana Bandha, pelvis diaphragm, chin towards your sternum. Inhaling, walk your hands back into your neutral, arms on your side. Gently sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, release. If you need, change the crossing of your legs. For some people, it's really difficult to sit like this. We want to take 2 more rounds with fire breath. So you're inhaling long and deep, filling your body. Exhaling, inhaling halfway and follow your own fire breath. Please remember, open your mouth when you need. Take it gentle, take it soft, or when you're a bit more used to the practice, let it become quite dynamic. When you're closing your eyes, you can focus better on yourself. There's nothing to see right now. Inhaling long and deep, really rising in your spine. Hold your breath in. Walk your hands forward. Long, long, long spine. Maybe you stay here on your fingertips. Or with your exhaling, you can folding forward, releasing forward. Open your mouth, letting all come out. Then you suck your belly in when you are empty. Activating your pelvis floor, diaphragm, chin towards your sternum, cold bandhas, energy locks, these layers we have horizontal sitting in our body. When you need, inhaling, walking your hands back in your neutral, arms on your sides, sweep your arms very gently. Exhaling, release, and you take last round. Inhaling fully. Exhaling, empty your body. When you feel warm, you're doing it perfectly. Inhaling halfway. Start with your fire breath. Inhaling long and deep, holding your breath. Lengthening, lengthening, lengthening spine, rooting down from your seat, walking your hands forward, fingertips are big, 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 big. Exhaling, really empty out. Suck your belly in while you stay empty. And lifting your diaphragm. So when you're sucking your belly in, automatically your diaphragm, this dome is lifting up chin towards your sternum. And you need, inhaling, walking your hands back in your neutral. Stay here for a moment with your eyes closed, sensing, feeling your body. Kalapati, fire breath. It is as well called skull shining breath, as the idea is behind your belly button where your sacrum is sits, and our nervous system has this wonderful spreading out, sits the energy called kundalini, this life force. And with your fire breath, you're activating your kundalini, which is traveling up your spine to your seventh chakra, connecting to void. That's the idea about, let's see. Breath, reaching forward from your arms, rolling over your knees. Find your cat-cow position. Give some movement. You want to stretching out your left leg, curling your toes under and pushing a tiny bit forward and back. Connecting with your hands, your wrists. Stretch out these muscles from sitting. Release your knee and curling your right toes under, stretching out a tiny bit. Lift yourself out of your shoulders. Inhaling, release, push yourself back, find your kneeling position, your seat meeting, your heels, long spine, shoulders above your heels. Please remember, when this is difficult for your knees, folding your mat, making a nice little cushion, or grabbing what's available, a block, a blanket, your bolster to sit To help yourself, give a bit more space. Arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, arms on your side, palms of your hands facing up, bending your elbows and plant your hands on your shoulders. Staying here. Releasing your shoulders with your next inhaling, exhaling, turning towards your left side. Inhaling back into your neutral. Exhaling, turning towards your right side. Inhaling back in your neutral. Exhaling, left side. Inhaling back neutral. Exhaling, right side. People who know the practice, you can speeding up, inhaling to your left and exhaling to your right, that it becomes quite dynamic when you're closing your eyes and you intensify your breath, like inhaling left, exhaling like and all the other ones. Please stay slow when you want to take it slow, completely fine. Movement from the Kundalini practice, using the depth of your breath and repeating movement in a speedy way to trick your mind, trusting your body in its movement. When you trust your breath, your body moves by itself. No mind needed to follow. And slowly, like a huge big pendulum, coming back in your neutral, stay with your elbows and your hands. Exhaling, releasing your elbows and inhaling, taking a big, big, big circle, meet your elbows in front. Inhaling, opening, exhaling. Inhaling. Inhaling one more time, exhaling and change direction. So you start meeting your elbows in your center. Exhale, open. Let your neck respond, your chest respond with your breath. One more. Exhaling, releasing your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, come on to your knees. Exhaling, pushing your seat, lengthening your spine, plant your hand onto the floor in your cat. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhaling, rounding your spine, stretching out your left leg one more time, pushing with your heels. And letting yourself rocking forward, rocking back a tiny bit, connecting with your wrists, with your shoulders, stretching out these tired muscles. Exhaling, release, and you're taking the right. Exhaling, release one more time in your kneeling. Arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, arms on your side, palms of your hands facing up again. Fingertips on your shoulders, releasing your elbows. Inhaling, lifting your elbows, meet your wrists in your center. Exhaling, releasing them down. Inhaling, lifting your neck stays nice and long. Exhaling, coming back up. Again, Kundalini breath. You can speeding up, tricking your mind, repeating movements to find your trust. Inhaling up, exhaling down, like Inhaling up, exhaling, releasing your arms. Sweep your arms, sit down over your head. Arms of your hands together, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Feel this inner movement, this warmth. Fire breath helps us to cleanse, to clean, getting rid of, well, hopefully negative thoughts, all what you're holding back, connecting deeper, your being, trusting yourself. So the last movement with a bit more dynamic breath, you want to opening your left hand and bring your left hand in front of your chest, your right hand on top, releasing your shoulders. Neck is free. And from here, you want to grasping your fingers, holding your fingers. Anchor this fist in front of your chest, really in your center, and you're lifting your left elbow. It's not a big movement. Exhaling, lifting your right. Inhaling, lifting your left. Exhaling, stay anchored in your center with your fist. Inhaling your left. Exhaling your right. And you want to come quite dynamic again. Inhaling left, exhaling right. And slowly coming back in your center, stay grasping with your fingers. So you're holding your fingers and you're pushing your elbows towards the side, creating a bit of a tension here in your shoulders, in your chest. Inhaling, release, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, reaching forward, belly meets your thighs, staying here. Opening your palms of your hands towards the side and opening your arms, gazing forward. Breathe. Inhaling, releasing, coming back into your sitting. Sweep your arms over your head, bend your left elbow, right hand helping to opening your armpit. Do you lift your chest? Release in your rib cage. You can stay here for some people. This is really good enough, or you bring your right arm on your side, turning your palm of your hand back, and you can try grasping your fingers, or you stay helping you like this. Do you fall into your lower back? Bring your belly in, remembering this Mula Bandha pelvis floor, very gently lifting it up, belly button 2-3 centimeters below, pulling it in. Breathe strongly, steady. Inhaling, releasing, arms on your side, lift your shoulders, roll them forward, rolling them back. Arms over your head, right elbow bending, left hand. Breath. Breath. bring your belly in. So avoid really letting what we do when shoulders are tight, lifting chest. So you want to bring your shoulders over your hips. Maybe your elbow needs really help with your arm. So bring your arm around if this is available for you. Finding your fingers. I'm a bad model. My shoulders are super tight. And with your next inhaling, releasing, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, your arms on your side, lifting shoulders, roll them forward. And up, one more time. Exhaling, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, reaching forward from your heart. Plant your hands, gaze between your arms, curl your toes, downward facing dog, pedaling your feet, really walking them vice versa. One knee is bending, the heel pressing down and changing side. As we've been sitting quite a long time, give yourself time to lengthen. Make all the movements you feel helping you find your downward facing dog and stay here for 3 breaths in stillness. Absent of outer movement, connecting with your inner movements, with your breath, with your heart beating. Step your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Exhaling, swing your right leg between your hands in a long runner's lunge, pushing your heel, opening your chest, gazing forward. Come onto your fingertips when you need. Arms short, then we're rounding our spine. So come on your fingertips that you find a long spine, or using your blocks. Exhaling. And Alia, please see that your knee is over your foot. And this is it. Breathe, rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling, stepping back in your downward facing dog, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling. Stay square in your hips. Doesn't matter how high your leg comes. Exhaling, stepping, swinging your left knee. Remember, when this is difficult, you're coming down in your table, then you plant your foot, fingers, curl your toes. Here you are, no need for stressing. Breath. Make some movements in your neck, squeezing your face, really making it very, very, very small, and letting with your exhaling your tongue come out, eyes opening. Release. Step your left foot back in your downward facing dog. Inhaling high plank, pushing your heels. Breathe, rolling back your shoulders. Breathe, coming down onto your elbows. Bring your elbows under your shoulders, lowering down a tiny bit more your seat, forearm plank. Breathe. Lifting your hips, pushing with your heels. When needed, you always can release with your knees. Inhaling, exhaling, lowering down, belly button, pubic bone, big toes touching, and you're making sure your elbows under your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide. Breathe, you stay here, or you're pulling your hands towards your heart, lifting your elbows,
Breathe, making sure. Elbows soft. Breath. Breath. Exhaling, coming down. Let your hands in line with your shoulders, walking towards the side, spreading your arms, and then you're planting your fingertips, lifting your palms of your hands. Your neck is nice and long, rolling back your shoulders, lifting your chest, 10 toes pressing into the floor, belly button, pubic bone. Exhaling, hands under your shoulders, curling your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Breath, spreading your fingers. Breath. Inhaling, bend your knees, and memorizing child pose. Always available when you need to slow down, when you need to rest. Give your body the experience, remembering. Grasping your fingers, walking your elbows tiny bit further away, and plant your fist behind your head. So meeting your fist with the back of your skull while you're pressing your elbows into the floor. Inhaling, releasing, bring your arms in front of you. So forearms onto the floor, fingers spreading wide. Inhaling, lifting your seat, elbows under your shoulders, gazing forward, curl your toes, lift your seat on your forearm down dog, releasing your neck. Inhaling, gazing forward, seeing your fingers. Exhaling, gaze towards your belly button. Inhaling, gazing forward, seeing your fingers. Exhaling, belly button. One more time. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhaling, belly button. Stay gaze towards your belly button. When you need, remember child pose, or you're lifting your right leg towards the ceiling, pressing your elbows, lift yourself out of your shoulders. Breathe. Breath. Exhaling, releasing, and the opposite side. Inhaling, lifting. Please feel free, come in your child pose when you need. Lift yourself out of your shoulders. Breathe. Exhaling, release. Release in your child pose for a moment. Palms of your hands facing up, resting your forehead. Inhaling, plant your hands under your shoulders in your table, gazing forward, curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog, and walking your hands towards your toes, releasing your heels, softening in your knees, hugging your elbows in your ragdoll. Fold forward, heavy arms, heavy neck. Find some movement, swinging from one side to the other side, or forward and back, whatever feels right for you. Releasing your arms, tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down. Bring your arms around, hands on your sacrum, rolling back your shoulders, soft in your knees. And you want to opening your chest, find a sweet, sweet back bending. Breathe, stay bent in your knees to support your lower back. A very gentle, soft knees, helping your back to softening, lengthening, inhaling back into your neutral, releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head, interlacing your fingers, bring your hands on the back of your skull, closing your elbows, bring your chin towards your sternum, and from here you're softening your knees and you're rolling down vertebra for vertebra with a nice little gentle support from your hands, lengthening your neck, heavy in your shoulders. Releasing your arms, walking your hands forward, find back in your downward facing dog, inhaling high plank, pushing with your heels, staying here, opening your chest. Best preparation for all inversions is our plank pose, creating strength in core. Imagine becoming light like a feather here, as if you can stay here forever, nothing more to do. Breathe, releasing your knees, chin chest meeting the floor, melting your heart towards the floor, elbows glued to your body, your seat high, supporting this natural curve of your spine, pushing with your toes, coming flat onto the floor, big toes touching, inner thighs rolling towards the ceiling. Walk your hands towards your side, and this time you want to bring it as a distance when you're bending your elbows, so you do not come up too close and not too far away. From here, you're lengthening your arm, bending your elbows towards your ceiling, and then your fingertips coming below. With your next inhaling, 10 toes flat, belly button, pubic bone. Inhaling, lifting your heart, rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling, coming back down. Inhaling, lifting. And you want to lengthen your whole spine, pressing belly button, pubic bone, 10 toes flat onto the floor. Imagine as if you grow and lengthening while you're lifting up. Keep on moving, a few more breaths. Exhaling, softening down. Exhaling, softening down. And one more inhale, staying here, breathe, making sure your thighs opening, 10 toes pressing into the floor. Breath. Gazing over your left shoulder, inhaling back in your neutral, exhale. Inhaling neutral, and now you want to lowering from your right rib cage, lowering down, inhaling back into your neutral, and you're turning, lowering down the left rib cage, inhaling back into your neutral. One more time, right side. Inhaling back in your neutral. Exhale. Inhaling back in your neutral and releasing back down. Bring your hands under your shoulders, curling your toes. Lift your seat, pushing it back, lengthening your spine and rooting down from your wrists, lifting your palms of your hands as if there is a wall in front of you. Exhaling, releasing your hands back in your table. Lift your seat downward, facing dog. Step your feet together. And bending your knees, walking your feet forward between your hands. You can hopping, stepping, whatever feels right. When you are in front of you, lifting your toes, you're rooting down from your heels, spreading your toes like you're spreading your fingers wide, and then you're releasing your soles of your feet onto the floor, really nice, wide open, and then you're lifting your heels as if you can lengthen your feet, your soles of your feet. You're pushing your heels back and releasing your feet onto the floor, rolling, tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down, palms of your hands opening up towards your side, Tadasana, becoming a mountain, trusting in life. Well, we don't know if a mountain has doubts, but I think it doesn't. Bending your knees gently, bring your hands in front, grasping. So you bring your right thumb on top of your left, spreading your fingers wide, digging in front of you with your fingers. Stay bending your knees while you're lifting in a variation of your Utkatasana. Stay bending your knees, find the sweet little back bending. Exhaling, hinging forward, grasping your fingers in your back, arms over your head. Breathe. Long neck, smiling hard, inhaling, releasing your hands, step your right foot back in a long runner's lunge, gazing forward, exhale, step back, downward facing dog, inhaling, high plank, exhaling, knees, chin, chest, meeting the floor, please listen, inhaling, in your cobra, exhaling, coming flat onto the floor, arms reaching forward, forehead meeting the floor, shaking in your tailbone to make sure you feel where your pubic bone, where your belly button is, and then finding back to stillness, rooting down, belly button, pubic bone, lifting your thighs, lifting your heart, lengthening your toes, meeting the wall behind you, while your chest is meeting the wall in front of you. Breathe. Inhaling, opening your legs, arms towards the side. Inhaling. Exhaling, release. Inhaling. Exhaling one more time. Inhaling. Exhaling, release your hands under your shoulders, curling your toes, lifting your seat downward, facing dog. Breathe. Step your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling. And from here, you want to come into your three-legged high plank. Please stay here for a couple of breaths, and then you want to meet downward facing dog. People with a bit more practice, you can lowering down, planting your foot, pushing from your heart, upward facing dog, exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breathe. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, stepping, hopping, walking forward between your hands, lengthening your legs, lengthening your spine, coming halfway. Remember, you can stay with your fingertips or your hands on your knees, soft in your knees. Exhaling from your hips, you're folding forward. Please bend your knees when you need. Right thumb on top of your left, bending your knees, lifting yourself up, variation Utkatasana, stay bent in your knees, and then you want to opening up, exhaling, coming back in your standing prayer mountain, connecting with this deep, deep trust in life. Breath. Left thumb on top of your right, bending your knees, digging in front of you, lifting your arms, stay bending your knees while you find a sweet back bending. Exhaling, hinging forward, switching these hands, fingers, so your other finger comes in front while you're grasping arms over your head. Long neck. Breath. Inhaling back, your hands framing your feet, and you're stepping your left foot back, long Vinyasa lunge, making sure your knee is over. Your foot gazing forward, exhaling, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, come in your high plank, stay, breathe. Where are your elbows? Hands spreading wide, shoulders rolling back, lowering down. Your hips a tiny bit more, pushing with your heels, smiling in your heart, in your belly. Exhaling your knees, chin, chest, meeting the floor. Inhaling, sneaking in your cobra. Exhaling, coming flat onto the floor, your arms reaching forward, forehead resting. Shaking with your tailbone to make sure you release tension in lower back, in lower belly. Back to stillness, inhaling, lifting your right arm and your left leg and gazing forward. Exhaling, release, lifting your left arm and your right leg. Exhaling, release. Inhaling, right arm, left leg, stay, breathe. And then you want to lifting both of your arms, breathe. And let yourself swimming a tiny bit. So you're lowering without bringing it down. You're working a tiny bit in your softening and strengthening at the same time with a big smile. Breathe. Exhaling, release. Bring your hands under your shoulders, curling your toes, lifting your seat, downward facing dog. And Maike, when you're coming up, please making sure your elbows stay next to your body, that you do not allow your elbows floating towards. Wonderful. Breathe. Step your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Come into your high plank. So you want to stay here when this is really good enough, or you're pulling your hands towards your heart, lowering down, hold, inhaling in upward facing dog, exhaling, downward facing dog. And when you're holding, step your foot back and lift your seat. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Where are your fingers? Breathe. Breathe. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward between your hands. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward. In your exhaling, left thumb on top of your right, bending your knees, variation of your Utkatasana, and then you're opening your chest, exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Tadasana, mountain, strong, no doubt available.
only being breath. Step your feet together, sweep your arms over your head, exhaling, folding forward, Utkatasana, bending your knees, lifting your prayer, tailbone between your heels, breath, breath. Exhaling, folding forward, lengthening your legs as much as possible without compensating in your lower back. Bending your knees, gaze forward, hopping, stepping, or jumping back. Please feel we want to meet all in downward facing dog. So take your variation, exhaling. In your down dog, step your feet together, lift your right leg towards the ceiling, exhaling, step your right foot between your hands, opening your back foot 45 degrees, second warrior, reaching forward, windmill back, breathe. You want to have your hips open, your shoulders releasing, making sure you do not reach forward from your torso, resting in your center. Bend your front knee a tiny bit more, Michael, and bring your back toes a tiny bit more forward, that you can open 45 degrees, helping you to give a bit more openness in your hips. Palm of your hand flipping open in your reversed warrior. Bend your front knee even a tiny bit more. Inhaling, coming back, grasping your fingers, turning halfway forward, inhaling, opening your chest, exhaling, humbled warrior. So you want to come along your front knee and folding forward. Please, people, stay here when this is really good enough, or you're releasing your arms, shoulders inside, grasping. So you bring your left elbow under your left knee, finding a bind, gaze over your shoulder, breathe. And there are many people I know in cyberspace practicing longer with me, and here in the room, let's do a tiny bit of a playfulness. People who don't want to do this, please come back, take a vinyasa, stepping back in your down dog, and then we all meet again in downward facing dog. Bird of paradise, gazing towards your left foot. Step your right, meeting your left. Bending your left knee, come on your balls of your feet. Many people can do this. Gazing forward, and then from here, with one breath, you want to come in your standing breath. And from here, you can start playing, lengthening your leg. This is for playful breathe. I know it's a bit over the top for many people, but for few, just let yourself learn. And when you are up, you bring your foot back down and you stay with your bind, walking your foot back, opening your chest one more time, release your arms, framing your front foot, stepping back, downward facing dog, take a vinyasa, breathe, rolling back your shoulders, Celine, observe your elbows, breathe, do not let your elbows clocking, breathe, let's meet in downward facing dog. And you want to lifting your left leg. We do all the other side. Step your left foot between your hands, coming up, windmill your arm forward. While you're windmilling, you're opening your hip. So you're opening your torso, opening your hip. Your arms becoming very light. Your shoulders very light. Breathe, your feet nicely rooted. Palm of your hand flipping open, reverse warrior. Inhaling back, second warrior, grasping your fingers, turning halfway forward. So left, which foot is in front? Left is in front. So your right hip, when you bring this, you want to stay with your right hip open. You're turning it in front. Breathe, inhaling, opening your chest, folding forward. This is a beautiful preparation. Lengthening your neck. Stay as long as it feels comfortable and then stay 2 more breaths. All the other ones, you're releasing your arms, needle your elbow under, bring your, grasping your fingers, opening your chest, breathe. Okay, open your chest. This is it. Gaze towards your front foot. With one step from your belly, you're stepping forward. And you're rooting down from your standing foot with one big breath. You wanna come in your standing. Take your knee with you. Micah, rolling back your shoulders. Rooting down from your foot. Wonderful. Look at this. Breathe. And eventually you can start lengthening your leg. Breathe. And slowly and gently, you're stepping back with your foot. You stay in your bind. Opening your chest. And then you release, hands framing your front foot, long runners lunge, and you're stepping back, downward facing dog. Please take a vinyasa of your choice. Let everyone meet in downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhaling, high plank, exhaling, lowering down onto the floor. We want to take a back bending. So you want to make sure you feel your pubic bone, belly button pressing into the floor, tailbone waving. Lengthening your legs out of your hips. You want to pushing with your legs a tiny bit further away. And then you're bending your knees, flexing your feet. Here what happens very often, we fall in lower back, lifting hips. And you want to pressing your hips, your thighs into the floor. Pulling your arms towards your chest, lengthening. People with lower back difficulties, please, you can stay here or you can come onto your elbows when this is still available. For people who would like to take the full pose, you're reaching around from your arms, grasping with your hands, your ankles. It's a tiny bit safer. I know traditionally you're getting your feet. What happens often is you're pulling on your feet, and while you're pulling on your feet, you're pulling on your knees. It's a tiny bit safer when you're flexing your feet and you're getting your ankles, opening your chest, and then from here, you're pushing your shin bones far away while you're lifting your thighs. Please find your variation. Bring your knees a tiny bit closer. Breathe. Knees in line with your hips. Breathe. One more breath, lifting up. Exhaling, coming down, stay with your hands on your ankles, stay, stay, stay. Breathe. And from here, you want to press in your belly button, pubic bone. Bring your heels closer towards your seat. Do not compensate, lifting your hips, falling into your lower back. Pressing it down. Breathe. And from here, you want to lifting up one more time, lifting, and you concentrate on pushing your shin bones away. This helps you to create this nice little bow, pushing shin bones, opening chest, breathe. Daniela, bring your knees a tiny bit closer, that you do not allow them to open towards the side. Breathe. One more breath, lifting up. Thighs lifting, thighs, thighs, thighs. Exhaling, release. Bring your hands in front of your head, making a nice little cushion, waving your tailbone. Inhaling, bring your hands under your shoulders, lifting your chest downward, facing dog. Breathe, spreading your fingers wide. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhaling halfway, folding forward. One breath in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Stay with your hands in front of your chest, gathering your energy in your heart, in your belly, trusting. We want to take the tree pose, so your hands on your hips, softening in your knees, while you bring your weight towards your left side, lifting your right knee, opening your hip. And then from here, you can bring your toes inside, on top, calf muscles, or you help with your hands lifting in your inner thighs. Please do not use your knee. I know it's super nice to come here. There's a nice little ankle you can kind of clicking in, and you're hurting your knee. Breath. Hips facing forward, shoulders releasing. Let your arms flowing up, or you stay with your hands on your hips. No worries. Shoulders releasing. Breath. And very often, what happens? Concentration, we get super tight. So you're releasing this tightness like a tree standing in the wind, in the rain, day and night, playing with your balance. While you're deeply breathing, bad model today, breathe. Heart smiling, face smiling. Trees wobbly, exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Bring your knee back in your center, lifting your knee. Exhaling, planting your feet, hip dance, shaking them out. Rooting down, and your right becomes a bit more weight, lifting your left, open hip. It's completely fine when your toes meeting inside or on top, calf muscles, or you're helping bring it in your inner groins, hands in front of you. Find your inner Vrishti, like you're standing in mountain. Find your inner gaze. Breath, and then you're opening your arms. Breath, be playful with your fingers. Breath. Breath. storm, wind, play. Inhaling, bring your knee back in your neutral, lifting it up. Plant your foot back onto the floor. One more head dance, letting them shaking. Arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward, bending knees. Utkatasana, inhaling, rounding back your shoulders. Bring your prayer in front of your chest, turning to your left side while your knees stay in front. Stay here, or you're lowering down. Right elbow outside left knee. Stay, or you're opening your arms. You can stay here. Nothing wrong with this. Breathe. Breath. One more big breath. Exhaling, inhaling, coming back with your hands in your center, lengthening while you're rooting down, lengthening, reaching. Exhaling, folding, bending your knees, Utkatasana, exhaling your prayer, turn to your right side, stay, or you lower down, hands in front of your chest, opening your arm. Breath. Inhaling, bring your prayer and rooting while you're reaching with your fingers. Exhaling, folding forward. One more. Utkatasana. Rounding back your shoulder. Exhaling, folding forward. Uttanasana, forward fold, lifting your heels, balancing on your balls of your feet while you're bending your knees, lowering down, hands on your knees, long spine. Bring your prayer in front of your chest and play in blinking with your eyes. Maybe you can close your eyes for a few seconds, feeling this alignment, this trust in being, giving your balance, even you are wobbly, doesn't matter. Reaching forward from your arms, lowering down your seat and you're sitting down, lengthening your legs, push your hand flesh towards the side, one Paschimottanasana in your sitting pose. Inhaling. Please remember folding your knees when you need, while you're folding forward, release yourself forward. Please stay with your knees bent when you need.
Inhaling, gazing forward from your chest. Exhaling in your sitting, elbows glued to your body, marching forward to the first three quarters of your mat. When you want to challenge yourself, you're lifting your legs and marching forward like this. This gives you a bit more strength in your core. Planting your feet onto the floor, gaze over your shoulder, a few rock and rolls. When you don't want to do rock and rolls, please come down. You're rolling down like this onto your spine, or you take a few rock and rolls, exhaling, flowing back, inhaling in your sitting, exhaling, flowing back. And if you like, you can integrate and come in your standing. Exhaling, folding back 3, 4 times. If you would like to do this, you need to open your feet, reaching forward from your heart, really letting yourself reach forward from your heart, reaching, and then you come back in your standing and you take your last round. While you're finishing up, bring yourself back onto the floor, hugging your knees towards the chest, pressing your sacrum into the floor. Hold your left knee, lengthening your right, that you feel your sacrum. Hover this foot, leg 2-3 centimeters over the floor. Inhaling, folding in your right, lengthening your left. Inhaling, folding your left, lengthening your right, lifting your chest, bring your nose meeting your knee. Rooting down, deep down, sacrum below your belly button. Stay with your torso while you're inhaling. Exhaling, changing side. 2 more times, inhaling. It is more to serve that you're rooting down, connecting with Mother Earth. Exhaling, 1 more time. Exhaling, inhaling. Inhaling, hugging both knees towards your chest, releasing your neck, releasing your shoulders. Plant your feet onto the floor and letting them lengthening. Savasana, pushing with your heel out of your hips, shaking 1 more time your tailbone, shaking it, and then you're finding back to stillness. Maybe you need to adjust, taking a jumper, getting some socks, a blanket, making all the last adjustments that you find yourself resting, releasing. Savasana, integration. Remember the way you started and feeling yourself now connecting to your breath, letting your breath become natural. Maybe wetting your lips with your tongue, swallow. And when you swallow, you release any tension in your face, in your eyes, in your jaw muscles. How would it be if you would trust your being? Softening your muscles. Feeling this inner release. Muscles opening.
Releasing weight, connecting to Mother Earth, and feeling this space you are taking, this whole space, like a piece of a puzzle. You're laying here, this big, big piece of puzzle, this puzzle we are calling life. And feeling your unique form, your unique style, your unique colors and shapes you are. And with this uniqueness, you're fitting in this whole display we call world, we call life. If you wouldn't be here, something would be missing. So letting yourself take in this space, enjoying your uniqueness, trusting your being, trust in life. The Guesthouse by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And slowly and gently reconnecting to your breath. Reconnecting to your sensations. Letting your breath become fuller and stronger. Maybe it moves into a playful stretching, touching, spontaneous movements want to happening. Folding in your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. With your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Can be kneeling, cross-legged, any pose you feel comfortable with. Plant your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest, closing your eyes. And feeling this deep trust in yourself, this trust in life, this trust in being. And to seal and finish this session, let's finish with one deep, long sounding Om, taking a comfortable inhaling. Thank you for practicing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.